All right. So good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for jumping on this call tonight. We are super excited to be here, and we've got something really different lined up for you tonight. So tonight we've actually got 4 speakers who will be sharing with us. So my name's Sharon Gleeson. I'm an Executive Regional Vice President with Arbonne. We've got beautiful Stephanie Bryant, who is my very beautiful friend of a long time. I won't mention how many years. We've got Jessica Judge, who's joining us from Sydney, and Isabella Knight on the call. So we'll introduce ourselves as we go through. But firstly, just wanted to say a really big thank you, because support is actually something that's really, really important when you are in business. So we just really appreciate you jumping on tonight, whether you know about Arbonne or maybe you're just even jumping on just to support the person who invited you onto the call. So thank you so much for making the time. We're just going to have a chat tonight. We're going to share a little bit more about what we do, what we love about it, some of the questions that you might have. So if you're joining this call and you're curious to know more, if you've got any questions, we'll, hopefully cover some of those tonight. But if not, please drop them into the chat or go back to the person who invited you on the call, because this will just give you a little bit of a snippet about what we do. One of the things that I really love about this business is that we actually get to choose who we do business with. How cool is that? Anyone else here get to actually choose who they work with every single day? Not too many of us. So I love that I actually get to choose the people I work with. And so the person who invited you on this call, if they've invited you on to hear a bit more about this, maybe it's because they see something in you. Maybe it's that they'd love to, do this business with you, or maybe they think that this could be a great fit for you. So it is a huge compliment to be asked to join this call. So you might just want to think about that as we go through tonight. So I guess I would just say, have an open mind. Like, this is an opportunity just to hear more about what we do and see whether it might be a fit for you, or it might be something that you'd like to explore further. So just a little bit about my story. So I actually have a background in corporate, in human resources and change management, and I did that for 25 years, and I really did love what I did. But things got a little bit tricky for me when I had my daughters. So juggling kids and a career wasn't quite working out for me, and I was super stressed. But I was the sort of person who, I wanted to do something. I really wanted to contribute to our family, but I was seeking one thing, and that was flexibility. Like, I'm a hard worker. I was very happy to work hard, but I just really wanted to be able to actually choose the hours that I worked. So I was really looking for something, but I felt stuck. That was my background. That's what I'd done my whole life. And I thought, well, what else could I do? And I just sort of stayed in this stuck place. And I actually even contemplated maybe just going into part-time retail, something where I could not have the stress of what I had, but I knew that I wanted where I could be fulfilled. So Steph invited me to take a look at the business, and to be honest, I will share some of my hesitations later, but I didn't really think that this business would be for me. And I guess my big learning out of that is not to say no to something you don't even know what it's about. And so I guess, I because it was Steph, I did explore it a bit further, and I actually learned a lot of things about this business that I had lots of misconceptions about. I did jump in, and I am the sort of person where if I jump in and do something, I do go all in. It's an easy no, but 5.5 years later, I am so grateful that I did jump in with my fears, my hesitations, because I remember at the time thinking, oh my gosh, like, what if this doesn't work? And I remember someone saying to me, but what if it does? And now I'm 5.5 years into my business, and I am, sometimes the start of a new year is a time where you do really reflect on where you're at, where you're going. I think also, especially the last couple of weeks for those of us in WA, again, it's a time of reflection. And I have been super grateful, because honestly, this business has given me so much more than I could have ever expected. Not only has it given me that freedom and flexibility that I wanted to be able to actually choose how I ran my life when I worked, it's given me the opportunity to build something for myself. And I'm kind of through that period now. My daughters are now nearly 19 and nearly 16. And I'm at that stage where I've got a lot more time. And I actually love the fact that I've got something for myself, and that I'm not sort of sitting there and have devoted my whole life to my kids and going, what am I going to do now? It's given me something that I'm excited about for my future. It's given me the opportunity to earn an income that's not based on the hours that I work. In my corporate,
I've got a call and
increase their personal effectiveness.
I'll be back.
I helping people to not only live healthier, but to have health. I love that I get to help you grow and build leaders. And I've also, I guess I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life. So that's just a little bit about my story. Just a little bit about Arbonne before I introduce you to Steph. So for those of you that aren't too familiar with Arbonne,
so excuse me, Sharon, can we just ask people to mute, please? Is that possible? If everyone can mute, that'd be great. Sorry, Sharon, you were cutting out.
Thanks, Steph. Mute a few people who've just joined the call. Okay, so just a little bit about Arbonne. So Arbonne has actually been around for 41 years. For me, that was a massive factor because I really wanted something that had a proven track record, stood the test of time. That was important to me. It's a Swiss-based company and I love their philosophy. So it's all about mind, body and skin and that connection between all those three. I really love that, and I love our founder's mission, which was when he formulated Arbonne, 41 years ago. His whole purpose was to, he said, when I dreamt of Arbonne, I wanted it to be a place where people could flourish. And that really resonated with me because it's about helping people flourish through healthier living, but also helping people flourish through having an opportunity, just like I have, to actually be able to earn an income, to have the flexibility, whatever it might be that you are actually looking for. The other thing about Arbonne just recently, we are a B Corporation, which means that we put people and the planet ahead of profit. And again, for me, sustainability, trying to reduce the carbon footprint, being a socially responsible company is something that I'm also super, super proud of. So I'm just going to introduce my beautiful friend, Steph, who we've known each other, we realised the other day, for 35 years, which is pretty scary. We met when we were 2, just joking. And Steph, I'd love you just to share a little bit about your story.
Thanks, Sharon. So I'm like Sharon, I'm an independent consultant. I'm also an executive regional vice president. But I just want to say that that's actually not typical. If you want to know a little bit more about the levels and earnings with Arbonne, please have a look at arbonne.earnings.com. So my Arbonne journey started just shy of 6 years ago, and I'd spent, similar to Sharon, like more than 30 years working in the corporate world, but I was in the area of PR and marketing. And I was working for a major engineering construction company when I was made redundant, which in hindsight was a great thing because it was a catalyst for change that I really needed at the time. So as much as, and a bit like Sharon, I mean, I absolutely loved my PR history or my PR life. I guess I was at that stage where I really didn't want to be committed to working full-time hours when I had a beautiful young son. So after being made redundant, I decided I'd take some time out to work out what I wanted to do next, because I know I didn't want to go back to the corporate world, but I really had no idea what I wanted to do next. So at that time,
Go watch TV.
Sorry.
Or bed. All right, bedtime.
A girlfriend introduced me to Arbonne through the skincare, and I'd never been a skincare user, but I tried the skincare. Within a few days, I had a massive improvement in my skin. And it was when I actually said to my girlfriend that, I'm absolutely loving these products, she said to me, well, there's an amazing business behind it. And because of who she was, the fact that I respected her and that I trusted her, I actually jumped into the business blind. I actually hadn't done any research or anything. But as I said, because of who she was, I just jumped in. But in saying that, I had absolutely no thought whatsoever that this would be my main source of income. I thought this was just something that I would do until I worked out what I really wanted to do, I guess, work-wise. I didn't really see this as an income earning opportunity. So it was in the learning about the business and the products that I came to understand about the level of toxic chemicals in personal care products. I was really naive to that previously, and I was really horrified when I learned that there was no governing body looking out for us. And I thought, well, if I don't know that, I'm sure that a lot of people around me, my family and friends, probably don't know that as well. So I made it my mission, I guess, to educate people that it's our responsibility to read labels and to be educated and make educated decisions when it comes to choosing the products that we're actually putting on our skin. But, and as a mother in the house, and I think that's the same for the majority of them, I don't want to generalize, but mums are usually the ones that make the decision on what products you actually buy. So our children actually don't get a choice. And I wanted people to realize that there were safe options out there. So I was really fortunate that because of that passion, in about 12 months after starting the business, I did have an amazing, successful business. And I created my business by helping people and simply by helping them make safer choices, excuse me, and empowering people, I guess, to have the life they desire. As Sharon was saying there, you know, that this business has actually given her choice and flexibility. And I love the fact that I can actually offer that to people and train and teach people how to have a business that does that for them as well. You know, and I know, and the rest of us, you know, everyone on here would know that the way that we shop and buy products nowadays is actually changing. And I'm sure that probably everybody on here has purchased something online. If they don't do all of their shopping online, they certainly would have purchased at least one item of something online. And that's the way business is going. And our purchases, or the way we make our purchases, has also changed, because we make a decision on what we're going to purchase based on the recommendations from people that we know, like, and trust. And they're usually people in our closest circle around us. And I found that's really true with my business as well. You know, and I know that people are caring, you know, certainly caring more about their health. And once again, certainly in my circle of friends, people are caring about their health. They're wanting to be healthier, but they also need guidance and want to know how to do that. And I get to help people do that, which I actually love as well. We also know, and I'm sure everyone on here knows somebody that's stressed. And Sharon said before that, you know, when she was in the corporate world, she was actually finding that she got to a place where her life was so busy and so hectic that she was stressed. And I'm sure, you know, if it's not you yourself, there'll be somebody in your life close to you, at least one person that is going through stress, because our lives are so busy. You know, we're juggling businesses and we're juggling work, we're juggling family and keeping the house, running our children to sport and recreational events, etc. You know, and it's the way of the world. And I guess I'm grateful for the fact that this business has allowed me to actually remove myself from that world. I get to work my business around my family, and I'm no longer working my family around someone else's business. And I know it's a little bit different for you, Jess, so I would like to introduce to you the beautiful Jessica Judge. And I know Jess' story is quite different. And so, Jess, if you'd like to share your journey with everyone so far.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Steph. Hey, everyone. My name is Jessica. I actually have a background in hospitality and customer service. So kind of similar to Sharon and Steph in terms of, like, we would help people and stuff like that. But I actually have worked in heaps of different industries. So I actually started in hospitality. I worked in pharmacy for a little while. I'm a makeup artist, and I also did traffic control, and now I'm back in hospitality, but I'm also studying fitness to be a personal trainer. I know, right? Like, I don't know what else I should try. But I was basically introduced to Arbonne through my friend Ella last year. She came to me when I was still working at Priceline, and she brought to my attention, like, all the work that I was putting into someone else's business. Not to mention the ridiculous 60-hour weeks that I was working and only getting compensated for 38 of them. Give us a thumbs up in the Zoom, guys, if you work more hours than you actually get paid for. Okay, I'd love to see who else does that. And also Ella made a really good point that, you know, I was kind of already sharing and recommending the products that I used and loved, but I wasn't getting compensated for it. And all I really did was make the switch to cleaner and safer products. It was actually really easy. And speaking of the products, they're all vegan, cruelty-free, clean, safe, and beneficial, and so much more. I have used previous I have used previous brands. What am I saying? Sorry, everybody. I've used previous brands in the past, and they either worked really, really well, and they were full of those toxic ingredients that Steph and Sharon were talking about earlier, or they were clean and safe, but, like, you weren't getting any results. I'm sure you guys can think of some examples. And I honestly didn't really know anything about the toxic ingredients before I started with Arbonne. Like, I mean, I knew, like, oh, there's clean products, but I didn't know about clean products and stuff. So when I did find out about it, I must say I was shooketh. But, you know, I was then comforted to know that we actually banned 2,000 harmful ingredients from all of the products. And so now I'm just really passionate about helping people to understand more about what they're putting onto their skin, and just helping them to choose safer alternatives for them and their families, and still getting those results. So yeah, so through Arbonne, Arbonne's actually really amazing and has helped me insanely in terms of I actually realized what I wanted to do with my life. As you guys can tell with all the different career changes, I was a little bit lost. So, it actually helped give me a bit of a directive with my life, and I realized that I wanted to have a career in health and fitness. So actually, my passion is to try and help as many people as I can become healthy, happy, and fit. And that's why I decided to study personal training. I then realized it was a really great way to leverage the nutrition program and products to help as many of my clients get the best results by combining both nutrition and fitness together. Now, as Steph mentioned before, these are products that people use every day that they're already spending money on. So rather than going to all these different shops to buy their nutrition, skincare, hair care, body wash, makeup, what else do us ladies use? I can just help my clients with all of that. And they can access the online store through me, get their products delivered straight to their door. It's super, super easy and convenient, and you don't even need to leave the house. Now, also, being a PT is all about like trying to help my clients with their fitness goals, but also their nutrition as well. And because these products have been developed by experts, I'm super confident in recommending them to my clients. With the nutrition program, we also do some really awesome meal plans and recipes, and they're all provided for us to share with our clients. And my clients that I have at the moment are super happy with their results, and they're actually referring other people, which is not just helping my Arbonne business, but also my PT business as well. It's awesome. Now, two of my favorite products from Arbonne would have to be the 30 Days to Healthy Living program, because obviously it goes hand in hand with my fitness and it helps all my clients. And the reason I love this product, if you guys haven't done this before, you really need to get on it. It resets your gut. It has amazing recipes to follow for the entire program that are delicious and filling. And there is no starving yourself here, people. This is not a fad diet. This is honestly like one of the best programs out there. It also doesn't just focus on healthy eating habits, but it encourages people to move their bodies, encourage them to be more mindful as well, and really focusing on a holistic approach to wellness. As a PT, it really helps my clients as well to get amazing results by combining fitness and healthy eating together. It's awesome. And my second favorite product is the Age Well skincare range, which is a revolutionary vegan skincare range, and you get real results with it. It has a powerhouse of cutting edge active ingredients, and it is a great alternative to retinol. It's awesome. So if you'd like to know a little bit more about either of those amazing product ranges, just contact the person who invited you to this call and ask them to set you up with some samples, because you really want to get these on your skin. And also one more thing that I love, before we go on, one more thing I love about Arbonne is that we have a 45-day money back guarantee. And from the 1st of March this year, we are extending it to a 90-day money back guarantee. Isn't that insane? Like, if you go anywhere else and, open a product, say, and you want to go take it back, I would wish you the best of luck that you can get your money back for that, because I've not heard anywhere else that has this 90-day money back guarantee anywhere. And it's awesome, because it just goes to show how confident Arbonne is, that they're willing to stand behind that, because they know that you are going to love these products.
Thanks, Steph.
Yeah.
I agree. 45-day was amazing, but 90 days is incredible. So thank you for sharing all of that. And I really love that you actually have found what you want to do, your passion through actually starting an Arbonne business. So that's really cool. So awesome. So one of the things that people often ask us is they don't get really how we do our business. So Steph, how do you build? Because I know that you guys build it a bit differently. Like Jess, you're awesome on social media. Steph, you run yours a bit differently. Steph, tell us a bit about how you've built your business and how you do it.
I guess that's the beauty of this business, that you can actually run your business how you're comfortable. And for me, I mainly do my business face-to-face, because that's what I'm comfortable with. I meet with people, I have coffee with people, I build relationships that way. And I guess once you start talking to people and find out, because I guess the idea is we want to know we want to know about people so we can understand how we can help them, I guess. And once you ask people questions, they usually ask you questions, of course, and they're usually intrigued by the fact you've come from the corporate world into social networking or social marketing. So I find that's a really good conversation starter. So I simply share with them how I do my business and what the business is about. And then I obviously give them the opportunity to try the products. And as you were saying, Jess, you know, the fact that these products, you can actually touch, taste, smell before you actually order the products. And the fact that you actually have a 45-day money back guarantee makes it a no-brainer that, you know, if you order the products and you don't like them, you can actually get your money back. But I know once you get these products on people's skin and people get to taste and try these products, that they actually don't want their money back. You know, we've got amazing products, they're next level. And you find that when people love the products, that they tend to refer other people to you. And I guess that's how this business works. It is a referral-based business. So once, you know, and it was saying earlier that that's how people are doing, making product choices nowadays, is they're going on recommendations of the people that are closest to them. And even though I don't do a lot of social media, I do actually make connections on social media, but I then tend to take my connections, you know, face to face, belly to belly. So I hope that answers the question.
Thanks, Gary. Yes, tell us, you're obviously huge on social media, so tell us a bit about how you build your business.
I'm huge-ish. So my business is built mainly on Instagram and a little bit on Facebook. So all on social media. I actually have an obsession with just getting to know people. So it works really well for me when I find new people, and I'm so easy. I can just have a conversation with them. And like you said, Steph, it'll come up in conversation. I don't need to like be pushy or ask and be like, you know, what, you know, come from a bad place. It'll come up in conversation, and it'll come up where they'll say something. I'll be like, oh, that's so interesting. Have you tried this anti-aging skincare, kind of a thing like that? It's like if they mention something about skincare, then there's an opening to talk about it like that. So it's actually pretty good on social media. And the best thing about social media is, even though coffee dates and face-to-face are really, really good, I love a good brunch date. I can reach anybody in the world with social media, and it's amazing. Like, I've met so many new friends from other countries, and it's just awesome.
Yeah, I think that's the cool thing, is that obviously with online being bigger now, and Arbonne is in the US, the UK, Canada, Poland, New Zealand, and Australia, it means that we do have that opportunity to actually have a global business, you know, from our phone. And I love the fact that, you know, I went to Canada for a month last year, and I was actually able to still, you know, just check in. You know, I was on holiday, so that was my main priority, but I could just still check in, you know, each day on my phone. And that was honestly all I needed to run my business, which was really cool. So thank you for sharing a little bit about that. The other thing I just wanted to get you guys to talk about, and I'll talk about some as well, is, you know, what it's like when you start a new job, or you might be thinking about doing a course or something. You know, it's normal to have hesitations, and Steph will vouch for this, I'm sure, but, you know, I did have every hesitation under the sun. And we might just chat a little bit about those, because I think it's good for people to understand what some of them are. So I know for me, I'm a very honest person. I had a bit of ego. You know, I had a really good corporate career, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to do one of those businesses. I had this view that they were kind of small. They were like, you know, party plan, and I was going to be this delivery lady, you know, running around Perth, dropping off bags of products to people. And I just didn't see that that was me. But what I understood, and I guess, you know, again, it's, you know, sometimes you can get your ego in the way. And so I looked into it more. And I guess when I started to really understand a bit more about network marketing as an industry, and take some of the stuff that you hear, you know, sometimes I think what happens is people hear things that other people say, and that might become their reality, and they don't even actually really know. I've had people say that to me, and I've asked them what they mean when they say some of the things that they say, and they don't actually really know. It's just something that they've heard from someone else. So I did really look into it. And, you know, network marketing is the world's fastest growing industry. Like, that was the one thing that stood out for me. I had no idea it outperforms the food industry, it outperforms the film industry, the sporting industry, which is massive. So I thought, well, there's got to be something in this if people like, you know, Richard Branson and Warren Buffett are saying, you know, it is the business of the 21st century. So that was number one. And I guess the fact that, you know, health and wellness is the second. It's a $4.2 trillion industry. And online businesses, all those three things colliding, I'm like, well, there's got to be something in this. And so I looked deeper, and I guess what it was, I didn't really understand the business model. And now that I understand how it works, traditional retail, there's lots of overheads with, warehousing and retail space and, people that are there selling the products and advertising and marketing and all those things. What I understood when I looked at Arbonne, it was just a different business model. We still have a shop. We just don't have a shop front. And we're just sharing products that we love with people and just saying, hey, listen, do you want to try it? If they do, awesome. If they don't, that's totally fine. But we cut out all those costs. It just goes through us. If someone wants products, they get shipped straight to their door from, the distribution center. We don't have to touch the product. So that was great for me. I think the other thing too, I thought I had this sort of vision that the people who were kind of up the top were making all this money of the poor people down below, that they were doing all the work and all these people up the top were just, cruising around in fancy cars doing nothing. And what I've learned is that with this business, we don't earn anything if someone joins our team. Once someone joins our team, it's our privilege really to help that person to be able to build their business. And what I love with this business is it's your business. Like, I like the fact that I'm not an employee or a rep, it's my business. And I get to make decisions about how I run my business. And so, if someone joins our team, my job is to actually help them to learn the ropes, to coach, mentor, train, help them be successful. And the only way I actually would earn something from someone in my team is if I actually help them to be successful. And it's not about me standing there going, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. My job is to say, what do you want out of this business? Do you want a little bit of extra spending money so you don't have to hide the shopping from your husband? Or, are you wanting to make a few extra $1,000s a month to help with some of the bills? Or, are you looking for something bigger? So it's really about, our job is helping other people be successful. And Arbonne don't have a training team or HR team running around training people. That's my job, is to actually help coach and train and mentor other people. And that's the bit I love the most, to be honest. And the other thing is, I did think these businesses were small. I did honestly think it was a bit of extra pocket money, and I've been pretty blown away when I look back at what my business is turning over. I would never in a million years have expected that someone like me could have a global business that's turning over what it's turning over. And as Steph said, we're talking about our story. You need to do your own research. So you can look at earnings.arbonne.com to find out more about that. But I guess that's the thing is, these businesses are lucrative, but it's an effort-based business. And I love the fact that, if I want to put in the effort, I can actually get the rewards. But unlike Jess, working 60 hours and only, getting paid for 30. So, so they were kind of some of my hesitations and some of the things that I've found. How about you, Steph? What were some of your hesitations?
Well, to be honest, I really didn't have any hesitations before I jumped in, I think because I jumped in blind, as you know. But once I started, there were a few things that came up for me. And one of the things was I was worried about what people might think of me. I guess it's the same thing, going from the corporate world into network marketing. But a wise person once said to me, who cares about what other people think? Because those people don't pay your bills. And it's actually, that stuck with me. And they don't lie awake at night worrying about or considering or thinking about what you're doing. They're lying awake at night wondering how they're going to pay their own bills. So one thing for sure, I was always going to do this business with integrity. So what anyone else thought didn't really matter. And I think once you realise that, that the hesitations kind of knocked on the head. And another thing I'd like to bring up, because this has been brought up a few times with me, even though it wasn't a hesitation for me, that a lot of people actually think that to have your own business, it's actually expensive and there's a lot of cost involved. And that might be the case for a bricks and mortar business where you actually have to rent some space, you have to employ staff, you have to hold stock. We don't have to do any of that, and it's a really small outlay to actually join the business. And essentially, when I started the business, it's really just about being an ambassador for the product. So I started the business using the skincare, and then when I ran out of my other products, I actually just switched over to Arbonne products as I ran out. So it's really, as I said, it's about being an ambassador, and then once you use products you love, you share and tell your friends. That's just by nature of the fact that we're human, we do that. And so that's essentially, when it comes to the cost, there's not a huge amount of cost involved. Of course, you need to get some products, so you need to be able to share them with people. You can't have a bookshop and not have any books. But, you know, there's not a cost involved in the way a regular, normal kind of business. You know, our website is provided for us. The marketing infrastructure is all provided for us. You know, all the specials and any of the promotions that are done are run by Arbonne. So we actually don't hold any of those costs. We don't have the costs of, you know, designing our logo. We don't have research and development costs. We don't have packaging and warehousing. That is all done for us. We simply have the cost of, you know, using product, sharing product. So I love that because it's really quite simple. How about you, Jess? Did you have hesitations?
I did. I just want to backpedal real quick and just say I should have added to my story that I am definitely one of those people who wants to hide my shopping from my husband. When you said that, Sharon, I was like, oh yeah, that's
All right.
but yes, I did have a couple of hesitations. When Ella actually approached me, you know, you all know that I was doing like 60-hour weeks, and I was just like, I honestly have no idea how you think I'm going to fit all this into my week. Like, I gotta sleep. But you know what? She explained it really well for me, and she showed me that you can actually just do it with like 30 minutes, even 60 minutes a day. And, you know, we can make time for the things that are important to us. And, you know, I just knew that if I kept doing what I was doing, which was my 60-hour weeks, I was going to go crazy and nothing was going to change. And, you know, the definition of insanity is to do the same thing over and over and over and over again and expect different results. And, you know, I am crazy, but I'm not insane. So I also just found it that it was easy to find a solution for people's problems. You know, if I was catching up with people for brunch, you know, or my friends were like, oh my God, I'm so tired. Or, you know, I've got wrinkles. I was just like, oh my God, I have something that can help you. And it wasn't hard. And that kind of leads me to my next hesitation, which was I just did not want to be a pushy salesperson. Like I just can't, like I just, I'm incapable. And it's great because, you know, if you don't want to be a pushy salesperson, then you'll fit right in with us, because that is so not what we're all about. It's all about just sharing what we love and solutions to help people live healthier, you know, just like, you know, you would a great restaurant or a book or, you know, like a good hairdresser. You just get compensated for sharing. Like, I don't know anyone on here, if you've ever recommended a restaurant to your friends, do they send you a thank you check to go, thank you for recommending us? I don't think so. But yeah, how many times do you see people posting on social media about places and or products, and, you know, like they don't even get paid for any of it. The real good difference with Arbonne is that, you know, we get paid for the recommendations that we usually just give away for free. And that's that.
Absolutely. I know. I think, gosh, I wish I could get money from Gabrielle Bernstein for all the top people I've told her to read. I'd be rich.
You wouldn't even need to do Arbonne anymore.
So real quick, because I'm just conscious of time. Jess, I'll start with you. How's having your own business so far? Because I mean, it's a year in, like you're obviously a bit different than tonight. How's it made a difference in your life so far?
It's made a really good difference. Before Arbonne, I don't think I was really part of such an amazing, positive community or culture. Working in hospitality and retail, you tend to get that real cultures. But, you know, as soon as I joined Arbonne, I was like, oh my God, I have arrived at the land of positivity over here. Like we have such a good vibe tribe here as well. So yeah. And then also like lots of people will start in business alone, you know, like my PT business, like once I'm finished, I'm on my own, you know, and it's really cool that I can learn and build my skills in my Arbonne business and then actually apply them to my PT business as well. That's what I'm loving so far.
Cool. How about you, Steph? Because you're just a little bit more than me.
Yeah, wow, so many ways. You know, too many to actually list, but, you know, I guess there are two main things that have actually, that stand out for me. One is definitely the personal growth. I mean, you would know this, I'm simply not the person I was when I first started Arbonne. You know, I have a choice to live my life the way I want to, and I know I'm worth it. And I guess the biggest one for me is that I get to be around for Oscar. I get to be there when he leaves for school in the morning. I get to be there when he comes home at the end of the day and he gets to download with me. And a reason that that's so important to me is because my mum did that for me. My mum was there for me, and it made me feel safe and it made me feel secure. It made me feel loved, and I really want Oscar to have, or I've always wanted Oscar to have that same experience, and I get to give that to him.
Awesome. Yeah, that's been one of the biggest things that I've loved as well. And I think when the girls were little, I thought they needed me more. And honestly, anyone who's got little kids, if you think it's hard now, wait till they're teenagers. When you pick them up from school and they get in the school and they go in the car and they're like, that's when they need you. That's when they actually need you around more than you realise. So I've actually been quite surprised about that. So I've been, yeah, super grateful for that as well, like you, Steph. Now we've got beautiful Isabella, who she was actually in year 6 when I started. Is that right, Isabella? When I started my business. So her mum was one of my very, very first preferred clients. So it still makes me laugh when I think of this, girl who was 12 is now, part of our team, and an amazing young woman who I know is going to do amazing things in this business. So Isabella, do you just want to unmute? She's just recently reached the first level in Arbonne, and yeah, we just wanted to recognise you and just hear a little bit from you, Isabella, because you are our youngest superstar. So I know that there's some people who jumped on tonight and were quite keen to just hear from someone young. So tell us a bit about your story so far.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I'm Isabella, as Sharon said. I'm an aspiring ballerina and a district manager with Arbonne. And I didn't start my business very long ago, October last year. So around August, September, my 18th birthday was starting to feel like it was getting a bit too close. And I just didn't feel like I was quite ready to be an adult because I didn't have a job, any kind of income. So I kind of started looking for some side hustle ideas that I could fit around my ballet schedule, and that would also just be supportive of a lifestyle that I wanted to live. So actually, initially, I was going to start up a little leotard business because one of my ballet teachers from Chicago has actually started making these leotards that I love, and I wear them whenever we have free leotard day, and everyone gives me compliments, and I'm like, great, this is something I love, and I'm going to share it with people. But yeah, so I started looking at that, and there's lots of, this exchange rate to start off with. I'd have to have everything at my house, shipping. So lots of questions started popping up, which actually led Mum to chatting with Sharon because, well, as Sharon said, we've known her a long time since we moved to Perth when I was actually in year 1. So we knew Sharon had a great Arbonne business and that she would be able to help us out with our little small business questions. And then from that meeting, Sharon actually thought I might be interested in starting up my own Arbonne business. And honestly, it's not something I'd ever thought that I would do, but I really respected Sharon. Well, I still do. And I could tell that she's really happy with what she's doing and just really flourishing. So, and also I wasn't going to say, I realized I just didn't really know exactly what it meant to have an Arbonne business. And I wasn't going to say no to something that I had no idea about. So we set up that first meeting, and the more that she started talking, the more I was like, yes, like the more things I heard, the more I was like, okay, this sounds like something that I want to do. Like even just the promotional pictures, like all the green and just the people like happy, like living their best lives, like just all of that. I was like, yes, this is the kind of lifestyle I want to live. Yeah, so I didn't actually sign up on that first day. She had lots of time to think about it. And honestly, the more I thought about it, the more I was like, yes. And I guess so on that first meeting, she gave me some nutrition products to try. And that first day I had that smoothie. Oh my goodness. I was like, okay, I just need more of this, because it was at a time when I was so addicted to coffee. Like I would just scull a cup of coffee, head to ballet, look in the mirror and be like, why am I bloated? So I'd had this protein shake and I got to ballet, like I was full. So I didn't need that cup of coffee. And then I went to ballet and I looked in the mirror, I was like, oh, looking great, feeling great. Like I need more of this. So yeah, that was kind of just the business side of it was really exciting for me, but also the products and like what that could do, because ballet is just my passion and I'm just so excited about that. So how the products could just really support me into that. And also I'm very aware that when I become a ballerina, it's not going to be a huge income. So what really excites me about Arbonne is I'll be able to have another income that can support me living a healthy lifestyle forever. So yeah, that's why I love it and why I'm excited. And thanks so much for listening to my story.
Thanks. That was awesome. And yeah, I think, you can really inspire a lot of young people who are, wanting to live healthier. And that's so important these days because, people are looking for quick and easy options, and it's, sometimes they're not the best choices, as you know, from some of the people that you are with. So I love that you can actually inspire lots of other young people as well, which is awesome. So what's your biggest, just to wrap up, what's your biggest blessing, Isabella, so far?
Yeah, well, probably. So we do so much personal development, and honestly, I just feel like I gained so much confidence, and not just in my business. Because I mean, in the beginning, I was like, oh no, like gonna really struggle to talk to people about it. But I feel like I can really translate that confidence into my ballet, and actually just feeling more confident in myself, like getting rid of that constant negative self-talk that can sometimes creep in. So yeah.
I love that. That's so great. And how about you, Jess? Biggest blessing?
I feel like Isabella and I are just like kindred spirits. Mine is personal development and confidence and self-worth. Clearly not good speaking skills, but self-worth. Definitely the personal development has been a huge, huge blessing. I've grown so much in the last year. Even my friends and family are like, you are a completely different person now. Who is this confident girl? So that would be my biggest blessing.
Honestly, there's no way I don't reckon Isabella would have jumped on and done this 4 months ago. And I guess that's what I was trying to say before, is the joy that you actually get from seeing, people like this grow and develop, not just in what they're doing, but, in things that matter for life, in your confidence, in your self-worth, like Isabella just saying about your negative self-talk. Like, I love all of that. And that's been my biggest joy, my biggest blessing, is just being able to help other people grow and develop. How about you, Steph?
For me is that I don't work. I get to do something that I absolutely love every single day, and it doesn't feel like work.
I can totally relate to that. All right, so I hope that you've enjoyed having a listen to us, just a little bit about our stories, maybe just learn a little bit more about what we do. I guess the key thing I would say is, you've heard from all of us, we've all got very, very different backgrounds. One of the things that I really love about this business is anyone can do this business. It doesn't matter what your background, whether you are in hospitality, PR, ballerina, student, nurse, teacher, corporate, mining, whatever it is, anyone can do this business. Because one of the beautiful things about it is, and I think I saw Laura on the call before, she's just joined our team. She's studying, she's paramedic, she's got a 5-month-old baby. And, the other day there were 4 of us on the call. 4 of us are there supporting Laura in building a business. So it doesn't matter whether you don't know anything about nutrition and skincare and that. As you heard, it's just about sharing what you love. And there's a beautiful community of people who link arms and, help you build your business. And that's something I'm really grateful for, is that I've had all these, gorgeous people who are on this call, who support, and you get to draw on all the skills and expertise of people on the team, which is really cool. And I love that we have fun. So if there's anything at all that you think, yeah, this sounds great, I'd love to know more, have a chat to us. Honestly, we're not here to convince anyone to do this business. It's not for everyone, but you know what? If you know someone who, might be looking for an opportunity, wants more flexibility or freedom, or wants to build something for themselves, or, is passionate about health and helping people, maybe point them our way. Like, we'd love to have a chat and just see. It's about us sharing information with people and them deciding if it's, a fit for them or not. So that's the most important thing, is we're passionate about it. We love it. It's blessed our lives, and we just really would love that opportunity to, help and bless other people's lives as well. So thank you so much again for jumping on. And we did go a little bit longer than we thought, but we clearly love to talk. So enjoy the rest of your Tuesday evening, and we hope we'll see you very soon. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Steph. Thanks, Jess. And thanks, Isabella. It was really cool to share the call with you tonight.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Thanks, ladies.
Thank you, everyone.
Nice one, ladies.
Thank you.
Well done, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, ladies.
Thanks, guys. Good night, everyone.
Good night.